These are the best highlights from the matchup between EDG and FPX during the 2024 LPL Summer Split.
With way less XP and resources, when I was doing some of the Amir Mass stuff, a lot of my top lane analysts were not pleased by lane spots. Pick up a thing.
Wink might get dove here. The tower's very low HP. Milky Way is here, doesn't have level 6. What can Wink do?
Well, top lane, bot lane's where all the action is, and yep, that's a dead Sejuani flame roasted pig for first blood.
And the constellation was dimmed a little bit in the last time out, but Milky Way, actually that's a galaxy, not a constellation. I feel like the big thing I mention at every cast, because this is a hallmark of the way that teams are playing the meta right now, is that if you give up 2 dragons, the game changes quite a lot. I think that it's even more important in some ways than getting the 3 dragons, because between the second and they're not at threat of giving a soul point over, they're not at a threat of something like that, and they can get some gold and some tower damage done and get Care or the new over to a better individual state. The fact that they have 2 dragons really helps them as it goes later into the game.
Could prove to be a significant difference, especially when we said finding the engages for FPX might not be the easiest, so forcing people to have to come into them could be valuable, though a pick like that might prove me a slight bit wrong, but a phenomenal play from Milky Way. Slickest combo I've seen on Elise in a little while, makes that the 1-for-1.
But the thing is, Milky Way gets the best engage, but it doesn't matter if EDG are the ones coming into them. EDG are going to leave this for now. Wink does have himself an ultimate up in 5 seconds. They could fight around that.
Thinking about it, Wink is going to be here. 3 seconds on that cooldown. The root back throws a huge amount of damage onto Wink and has to Arctic all the way, but Crying now on in. Herald taken. The cleanse might be forced to Dog Down Flash over the wall, but Solo Kill's already there. Dead. Burning down now is Solo Kill, who gets the Hextech ultimate out. Milky Way very low. Healed up with the Eclipse. Can't quite get enough. Sustained to keep up going though, and the CC chain from EDG proves too much to manage.
And I really think that Dogdown being caught out was so... That's important. Again, Corki, very well scaled. It's not going to be the lethality Corki, it's going to be the Infinity Edge, very likely coming up next. Have the Cull as well, which is helping in terms of that individual gold. New has second tier ultimate. Doesn't really want to get 1v2'd here. He's alone on this side of the map. Might have to ult early.
This Death's Grasp throws down the Death Realm onto Solo Kill. Will look for an Obliterate, finds it, and the damage back with the Darkness Rising is pretty huge. That Bird of the Indestructible, monstrous to manage. But the Hextech Ultimatum and then the combo from Leave, well comboed to ensure the Tyrant of Noxus finally falls.
Yeah, you can see the Solo Kill avoids the last Q with the ult. Milky Way once again just fishing with that Q. The Dragon's going over. Wink finds a knock up onto Milky Way. Can they find an engage afterwards? No. Solo Kill on the flank, but spotted.
Down to 7,000 HP is the Dragon, and falling still. FPX struggling to find a way into the river. They finally find engage. Crying taken pretty low, but Milky Way with the spiraling despair is just deleted. Cannot enter the river. The new in the 1v1 losing to Solo Kill. Gets an Indestructible down, but it matters not. Solo Kill gets one of his namesake.
And FPX can't find the engage. They can't find the pick, and they can't find the damage. Solo Kill, he's going to get out for free. Just about, and it feels like EDG might have just found the fight which finally seals this game. It's been a bit of a slow burn with both mid lane turrets surviving so long. FPX, I think at this point, they look at that Dragon and go, damn, maybe we should have just given up another one and tried to get that mid lane out of turret. They kind of overcommit to a fight that they can't see off. EDG, they're going to get themselves that Baron, they're going to get themselves onto that soul point as well, or rather they already have.
Your range to do the up. Yeah, you at this point, you've got enough souls to make it a sting.
So what you're saying is that if it's not doing damage, it's a skill issue. Incredible. Milky Way. Let's see if he's got himself any ability to cause some issues on the other side, but Wink goes first.
Ooh, the damage onto Dogdam takes it down about 20% HP. Milky Way looking to get in the back line. The equalizer comes down, but it's not that high value. Wink steps forward. The damage back pretty good, in fairness, but no one is dead on the side of EDG quite yet.
No, JJ has no flash. This could be a bit of an issue for him.
JJ gets pulled back, does not get taken out because he's in the Death Realm, so needs to start running away. Flash for the Obliterate, gets the kill. Solo Kill will land the hook shot into the Hextech Ultimatum to delete the Mordekaiser, who is definitely living up to the death part of his name. Another turret falls all the while, though, so inhibitor number 2 exposed. Kill back, yes, but EDG just teleport back in, double teleport back in. They're ready to keep going.
You're using the teleports. This is a pit stop. They're going to put themselves on a fresh set of tires, a fresh set of health and mana, and with the new and life only just respawning,
no,
that should be game.
That's exactly it. A tactical sweep, and Varus has no more. Let's Solo Kill! Alongside Leave just do filthy amounts of damage, and EDG, one final fight around the mid lane, breaks everything FPX had going for them. It was fragile enough after the early game didn't work out. And upset number 1 comes on.
Freddie wants you to IM Cologne back in 2014 at the end of the year. I remember watching that live, and it was an Azir top lane game. That was a lot of his individual carry top lanes can make a lot of difference in a level 1 immediately.
The Jiaoyos begin. Oh, and he got the recall off. That's
Stage show of the avatar, and they have like Toph as like a muscle woman, and it's like I'm Toph because it sounds like tough. It's like that. Jejo's trying to cosplay one of those strongmen right now and carry through this bot side. Here comes TF.
They're gonna get the ult down. Solo kills here. Solid cleanse from Dogdam. Still will not be able to get far enough away, you imagine. Despite a solid Captain Jack, the ship goes down with the captain. Life now might be facing death. Gets ignited. The Chains of Corruption lands, and he goes down.
He does go down. Solo kill doesn't get gold from that one. It is very important that Dogdam and Life are now put behind the game and that you have this poke Varus that's going to be able to kind of...
We said has been a pretty tricky position on the team with everything else happening. Milky Way about to start contesting some Raptors. Everybody's around. It's going to be another 3v3 around the Raptors. Life just about alive for a second or two, but the turnaround damage is pretty huge. Spiraling Despair means Crying goes down. It's a 1-for-1, but Milky Way can shuffle on forwards. Get some more Sand Soldiers down, but cannot get that much more damage. Shallow, who takes the opportunity to jump forward. Big damage onto Solo Kill.
And once again, the fight isn't happening at top lane, so top...
Down 2 levels as well, but over towards Grub's number 2 we go. JJ is starting that up. He's got 2 kills of his own, so this might be a point where there might be
EDG needs to stop
work.
this. EDG need to stop the Grub stacking. They get 1, which will stop the 6 stacks, but they can't stop 4, and I doubt they can stop 5 either, particularly with Care. Oh, he's caught out.
That's a fair amount of damage. The Chains of Corruption flash in for the Shattering Strike, and Care is dead. Did not take enough Care. Kick onto 2, trying to get some more damage. Flash out, and they'll try and play this one out as best they can. 4 Grubs for FPX, but they lose 2 members for it. A phenomenal pick there. Puts FPX in a difficult position.
Terrible positioning from Care. The mid laner from FPX stands against the wall, and it's just a lineup to get... Herald's coming through. This time EDG will not be able to stop hitting that tower.
Towards the tower we go. Last time the Herald got summoned by FPX, it went a little wrong. Slightly awkward positioning, but Crying's going to try and drive around. Solid teleport angle, theoretically.
Wing.
The engage afterwards. Good. Wing gets in. Double Shattering Strike. The shuffle afterwards is brutal. Crying going golden. Life about to fall down. Crying does get turned around, making it the 1-for-2 right now. The Shock Blast afterwards. Chunk EDG very low and Leave very low on HP. Solo Kill in danger. Dogdam desperately low.
And then Milky Way doesn't quite manage to get himself that reset. He gets that...
To be a front line this game.
They have Dogdam has the arrow, but EDG bully their way into the river. When's the CC gonna land? When's the follow-up gonna happen? Wink no flash, but still very, very potent if he lands that big combo.
Find out next on Dragonfight 3. Wink avoids the arrow, but the damage back pretty huge. The Soul of it lands on down. Dragon secured. Now EDG need to run away with their health bars looking pretty low. Now look at Chains of Corruption from Leave. He's been pretty damn accurate this game.
Dogdam's
Forward to give up quite a lot of dragons, and trading 1 dragon for the tier 1 mid that's been such a thorn in their side for 2 games now might be a worthy trade, honestly.
That's true. That's a good point. FX do have the dragon advantage. They are going to get mid lane out of turret. This is going to be a flank teleport from Crying. He has flash. Here comes the Emperor
Crying's
Shuriba.
in danger. Tries to make the angle blade. Misses. The flash from Shallow and puts Crying into an awful position. They snipe out the Leona to make it the 1-for-1, but Solo Kill only throws out a red card, and Wink is pretty low as well.
Here's Milky Way, has that reset, could have gone in for a shuffle, but this is not tanky. Solo Kill has the fire cannon, use that ghost. I think they're still going to go towards something like a Sorelda's. He just says, look, screw it. There's no tank on the other side. He wants that spell shield. Spell shield's very easy to pop though from the side of EDG. You just press that Twist of Fate ultimate, it'll go. It might in fact happen here. That's exactly what's happened. No spell shield, ult popped, dead. Jace.
There's the ult in from Solo Kill. There's no real way out, no flash, and Shallow who dies for the first time this game, and it might cost them Baron.
I think FPX have had a really poor showing of enabling the Jace that could win the game for them. EDG, they pull the ultimate, blow the spell shield with the first part of the Twist of Fate ult, and it's oh so easy. Milky Way, you might be looking for a roundabout way to get towards the Baron. No, he's looking for Krugs. FPX give up Baron after failing to support their top laner.
You could see Shallow
Big moments. I really think that Life needs a good next fight too. He can find himself a good ping onto a good target, get himself onto someone like Solo Kill on the side of a fight. Someone like Leave is very hard to reach because of both the cleanse and of course everything else, but he's going now early, but he can't quite finish off that kill. Is he gonna get kicked?
Oh, so much damage onto the Leona, who just about survives, but not for much longer. Leave again. Goes down, you can't see it, but I just watched Nymera's face go into his hands. So disappointing.
And it's Life that goes down to Leave. really feels like life. We asked him to stand up on the Leona, and he just can't do it. The knees buckle. Feels like the game might do with it. EDG, they were the underdogs, but FPX with some drama off the rift have struggled to look coherent beyond some individual performances. It is 2 towers. And it's not going to be a fine movie for FPX. They are going to get themselves another dragon going against them, you have to imagine, afterwards.
Knockdown down to about a third, holding on, trying to heal up. Went for the bloodthirst a third, try and mitigate the poke. It's not going to change anything here. Dragon spawns, EDG wander on over, and FPX, their hopes and dreams are swiftly dwindling in this series.
I am so disappointed in FPX in the way that they played out the mid and late game. The early game was so good at the way that they played through, allowing Shallow who lane advantage.
Looking fine, and FPX just couldn't make it work. The team fighting the EDG have been pretty maligned for, you were saying, actually coming out significantly on top of this series. JJ goes for the kick, and Milky Way's just down.
Milky Way has been shown up in this series by JJ. Shallow, who is alone against the world. And I'm sorry, his name's Shallow, who not Atlas. He can't hold this one up.
There's just nowhere to go but the grave. Another pick. JJ gets his 5th of the game.
I'm going to say it, man. I think that Milky Way had a fantastic performance this spring. His summer in the first 2 series has been off. He has not been looking clean on a lot of his picks. The Lee Sin in game 1 had 1 good pick, but even then felt like he was struggling there. And on this Viego, he has been a little bit out of position. Docdam's going to Captain Jack, trying to run down solo kill.
Needs to be a bit afraid. He's forced to flash and ghost, so does get that out at least. And it's only the first death for Milky Way, but this Viego just hasn't gotten that much done. But then again, where are you getting the resets? No one's died. There's nothing for this Viego to steal.
That's always been the way to stop a Master Yi, a Katarina, or a Viego. You just don't die, and the souls can't come through for the Viego. Care chunk down yet again, and it feels like EDG, they have been really on the same page. I think that Cryan and Wink have picked to play in top-level pro play. You see that FPX have not been able to manage him so far.
So far, not yet, but Dragon's about, well, Baron's spawning in a minute, and they're looking for a pick. Solo kill on the flank. Wink down to about a third, though, and the damage back is still pretty good. Care again, though, on this Quay, just nowhere to go, and he is protein to build the muscles and damage. But they do finally get a reset. Maybe this could be the moment with Milky Way getting to steal the body. The kickback, Crying goes down, but gets a huge shuffle before he dies. Might make 1 back, make that 2 back as Jie murders a couple with the resets and the resonating strikes coming on down. This might be the 3rd. Docdam gets some damage back, beginning to trade pretty well, but there's so many ward hops. This Lee Sin just does not care for AD carries.
Life is all that FPX have left, and I don't think that'll last particularly long. They'll be going through the pearly gates to a 0-2 to Edward Gaming. The Doom Squad from spring is no more. The Phoenix will have to find its own rebirth a little later as Edward Gaming take the series.
Thrown down to ashes, and EDG are the ones that emerge from them, not FPX. It is a solid series from them, and FPX. We wondered whether some of the...
These were some of the best highlights from the 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup between EDG and FPX. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.